What's up, everyone? So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about some of the oldest fish that we have in our collection. Some are homegrown, some are rescues, and others are imported. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and start with Mr. Schwarzenegger here. This is a xanthic iridescent shark. He is between 36 and 39 inches or so. He is a beast. He's over 50 pounds. And this guy, he's been with us for over 20 years. He is, I don't want to get the age wrong, but I want to say he's like 23 years old or something like that. But we've had him for over 20 years in our care alone. And he has been, you know, swapped from tank to tank. He grew up, started in a 12-foot round, you know, pop-up pool at the old house. He came here. He was in some tubs here for a while, moved up to a larger pool pond. And now he resides in this 4,400 gallon tank. Some of you guys might ask why we don't move him out to the monster pond. And that's because we will never see him in the monster pond. And he is such a cool character and everyone absolutely loves this fish. So we're gonna keep him on display. So coming in at one of the next oldest fish are these Oscars. So we've got Anubis right here. And then we've got Big Red up here in the corner. And I actually think they're going to be some of the next fish that are going to be on their way out in this tank. And you might ask why I know that. And that's because you can start seeing some deterioration on the fish. And Big Red has been up in the corner over here. And they just look like they're getting old and their systems are starting to shut down. So Mr. Anubis over here, last time we measured him, he was 16¼ inches long. So he's probably 16½, maybe 17 now. But he is an absolute massive Oscar. And this was a rescue of ours. We've probably had him for about 2 years now. And Big Red was also a rescue, and he is just a little bit smaller than Anubis is. Moving on, so we have Schwarzenegger. He's homegrown. We've got the Oscars. They were rescued. This guy right here is the super massive, you know, record-breaking. We beat predatory fins. This is the Adonis Pleco. And the age that we can get on this guy, to our best knowledge, he is over 30 years old. Let me go ahead and try and pull him out. There we go. Look at him. You can just look at him, see all them spikes on his side. He is just a little submarine moving through the water. An absolute massive fish. So from fin to fin, you're probably looking at around 18 inches right there. He is 35½ inches long. And that's just coming from memory. We haven't pulled him out in a long time to go ahead and stick a tape measure on him because we really just don't care. But we did for the video for Rod because he was saying he was, you know, the king with the Adonis Pleco. And we're like, you know what, I think we have one a little bit bigger. Because when these Adonis Plecos this size were actually found, Gino from Pleco Paradise, he actually called us and he gave us one of the largest ones that came in. So we went ahead and got that one, and then I think Rod got some smaller ones after the fact. Alright, so when we're talking about old fish, of course we got to give some love to the Pacu over here. One in particular is Miss Betty right there. She was acquired in 2001, September 11th to be exact. So now she is right around 21 years old, a little bit older. So she is definitely up there for one of the oldest fish that we have here at the rescue. Of course, this was a rescue fish. I think we rescued her probably 3 years ago from a 125-gallon fish tank, and she has been in this 3,000-gallon tank ever since. But now she is also joined by Paco. We've got Charlie from the Dort Mall, and there is one other one in here. And then I've got my black Pacu, the true Tambiki, the ones that get absolutely massive. They can get over 100 pounds, and they are black Pacu, so they do have that olive green color to them. Back in this tank, of course, we got to give some love to our other aquatic friends, and we've got the fly river turtles. This one right here is over 20 years old, and of course we have our original Hubert, and Hubert is closer to 25, wherever he may be. He is in this pond somewhere, and I am not seeing him. He is probably underneath the sump right now. But we have the two fly river turtles, and both of them are over 20 years old. I'll go back over here and give you some size comparison on what a 20-year-old fly river turtle looks like. So there goes my hand next to him. There's the size of his shell. Pretty big. His back is healing up from the scrapes. But here goes a smaller fly river turtle, and this one is probably a little bit over 2 years old. And you know, these are 12-inch tiles right here, so you guys can figure out the sizing on that one. They grow very, very slow. Okay, when it comes to old living fish, you know, the lungfish definitely deserve a spot, because we do have some old fish here. This lungfish right here is a West African. Actually, no, I got that wrong. This is the plain African. We got this from Russ Acardino some time ago. We've probably had him here for, I want to say, 6 years, and he was already pretty massive when we got him from Russ, so he's got to be pushing, you know, 15 years or so. And then we've got the big monsters over here that are probably kicking closer to 20 years old. These things are absolutely massive. I know I keep saying the word massive, but I have no other words to describe this fish. There goes my hand next to him. You guys can just see the girth. Both of them are just, you know, absolutely just plump. And these guys are actually known for being quite mean, and I really don't get it, because I have lungfish living peacefully with other fish, other lungfish. They tend to leave each other alone. You know, you just got to end up feeding your fish and giving them enough room. But these guys are absolutely awesome. They are dinosaurs. And these guys can, you know, live for many, many more years. So these are definitely generational pets, you know, like the Australian lungfish we have in the 580 out there. Those things can live, you know, up to over 80 years, sometimes up to 100, depending on the care. So you guys have to think sometimes when you get some of these fish, you know, it's not just for a couple years. Sometimes it's for a lifetime. Like our boys down here, they're gnawing on some Missouri tortoise diet. But we have Littlefoot right here, and he was a rescue. We picked him up probably a year and a half ago. We got Mr. Chompers. He was another rescue probably about a year ago. And then this is Peekaboo, whom I renamed to Petrie. And we're trying to nurse him back. He is showing more signs of life, but we're still trying to get this guy to eat. So there we have these three sulcata tortoises, and I'd have to guess this guy's over 25 years old. This guy's a little closer to 15 to 20, and he's probably 5 years old or so, I would guess. So, you know, these are another generational pet. These guys can live for decades. So if you don't have the proper housing for them, you should think twice about some of the pets that you want to acquire. Alrighty, while this is all going on, we were fixing the side wall of that, and we found Mr. Godzilla trapped behind there. So Seth got in. Actually, Olivia got in, got the turtle out, and then Seth is now going to fix the pump vault for us, so I don't have to. So you see, here goes the cover for it. There is a black knob that's sitting right down on there. That has to go in the center hole as well. So he's going to go ahead and put that back on the pump vault so fish don't get stuck down in there, and we don't have to worry no more. And of course, if you're talking about old fish and koi do not come to mind, then I don't know, you got something to think about there. But these koi, the oldest one on record is close to 200 years old. So there's a bunch of these koi that are pretty old in this pond alone. I'm not really sure on the exact age, but some of the larger ones from the guy we rescued them from, he said that they were over 25 years old, so they will just keep getting older and older and older because they're going to keep on growing. But these are another generational pet. You can be in your ponds for years as long as you take care of them. And as you guys can see, the pond is getting a little bit clearer. You can see gravel on the bottom, and so our little homemade filter is working. We're getting more flow through here. You can see the paddlefish swimming down below. So with time, this will get better and better and better. I do want to get in here and, you know, gravel back a little bit, get more of this mud out. We did recently fix a leak up there on the river system, so now we're able to place the gravel back against this back wall. We got some more lilies in here. They're just starting to pop up. So with time, there's going to be more and more plants along this outer edge. You can see there's some new lilies we planted here and there, and they're just starting to take off. So the pond is coming together, and as you can see, they just kicked up a bunch of dirt right there. But the koi will eat up a bunch of dirt, but they can't, you know, do everything. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a little bit fun to go through all the old fish in our collection. So we will see you guys next time. Stay fishy, my friends.